That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to talk about The Woman, the 2011 film directed by Lucky McKee, which made its way to Arrow Video on Blu-ray, street date May 26th, 2020, which due to COVID-19 we're just getting a copy of.
Apparently I saw this film 9 years ago.
You did. So Lucky McKee used to be somebody that I was very excited for. His 2002 debut, May, I think is an exceptional piece of contemporary American horror cinema. I even liked his Masters of Horror contribution, Sick Girl. Both of those starred Angela Bettis. He had a film called Red in there with Brian Cox, the same author of this film, that was taken out of his hands. So by the time we got to The Woman, I was very excited. It premiered at Sundance that year, and to considerable controversy because it has some gore that apparently caused some people to have negative reactions in the audience. And I dragged you to a screening of it at the Cinefamily Silent Theater, which is now no longer.
Okay.
And Lucky McKee was there.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, I liked his film The Woods, which was his follow-up to May. But I haven't seen anything since All Cheerleaders Die, which he co-directed with I forget the man's name that directed I Know Who Killed Me.
So The Woman.
The Woman.
The Woman is about a family who live like in a small town adjacent to like the wilderness.
Which would seem kind of Midwestern to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
sure,
the South.
that's fine. I don't think the South because
he had kind of a draw.
Did he? Anyway, the dad is out hunting one day when he spies a woman who I would describe as feral, like bathing in the river. She's like covered in soot or something, dirt.
The opening credits lead us to believe with the visuals that she was maybe raised by wolves, but
that's right.
She's supposed to be the last of a tribe of cannibals that's been living out in the American plains, kind of.
Okay, so this man is out hunting. He spies this woman in the woods, decides that he wants to capture her. So he returns home. It's very obvious he is like domineering over his wife because he basically says like, all right, everyone, let's go down in the basement and like clear everything out. I'm not going to explain why, just do what I tell you. So they clear it out. He goes out the next day, captures the woman, brings her back, chains her up like an animal about to be gutted.
And she bites his finger off.
She immediately bites his finger off. He then he attempts to like clean her up. It just evolves or escalates because it's obvious that he wants to sexually assault her.
His rationalization to his family is that they're going to civilize her because her existence as she is wrong.
But the dad's a pig.
Yeah.
It's also very unsettling because the son, who appears to be maybe like 12, is like, he's the makings of a serial killer, but he's very intrigued by this woman, and it's clear that he wants to do sort of like violent sexual things to her. There's also an older daughter who maybe is like 16, who the dad has been molesting.
Yeah, she's pregnant with his kid.
Yeah, so there's incest in there. But this young girl's pregnant. The woman senses that the girl's pregnant. The wife is so beaten down.
And Angela Bettis of May.
She's just kind of going along with it. It escalates. The dad obviously like rapes the woman. The young boy, there's a scene where he takes like needle nose pliers and like rips one of her nipples off. The abuse at that point. When is it when the older daughter releases her?
At the very end.
Oh, no, because the older daughter's, one of her teachers in high school, who's a lesbian, is...
Genevieve Raton.
Her teacher, who's going way above and beyond what she should be doing, she decides that she's going to visit the girl's home to talk to the parents because she's concerned about her behavior, the fact that she's pregnant. So when the teacher shows up to the home, the dad had just knocked the mom the fuck out. Like literally punched the shit out this lady. So she's knocked out on the floor.
Because she got up the gumption to leave.
She finally has the courage to say like, enough is enough. I'm leaving, and he knocks her the fuck out. But while this mom is laying on the floor, the teacher knocks on the door. The dad's like, well, let her in. Let's have a talk. He basically rails into her saying like, you don't know my life. How dare you accuse me of like raping my daughter, which she didn't. He slaps the shit out of her, drags her outside. So then another plot point is they have like a kennel of dogs where it appears that maybe they're like having dog fights. But he talks, at one point he's screaming at his wife about never forget like anaphthomia. Anaphthomia, which means like when you're missing an eye. So in this dog kennel, he throws the teacher in there. The audience, we assume that the dogs are going to eat her up. But no, they have this like creature child who's missing eyes and like kind of behaves like a dog in this kennel. So they're going to let her eat the teacher, which she does. But with all the screaming and the commotion, the older daughter gets scared and goes to release the woman. So the woman who had already kind of connected with her because she calls her mom, like she recognizes that she's pregnant. When the daughter releases the woman immediately grabs a weapon and just wrecks shop. Like kills everybody.
It's very cathartic, yeah.
Yeah, it feels good because she kills everybody. The only person she doesn't kill is the daughter who saved her.
She leaves Peggy alone, yeah.
And there's a younger daughter, like maybe 4 years old.
Named Darlin.
Who she also saves.
She takes her. She takes her and the anophthalmic.
So she basically takes the young daughter and the dog daughter, I guess, into the woods to raise them. But the kills are pretty gruesome. She chops the boy who pulled her nipple off. He chops her in half. The man who captured her, she fucking she stabs him in the stomach, like punctures his abdomen, then like reaches into his abdomen, pulls out his intestines, goes all the way up, pulls his heart out, and bites it in front of him.
As it's beating, yeah.
Yeah, that was very satisfying to me. She also kills the wife.
Yeah.
How does she kill the wife?
I think she kind of eats her face.
She eats her face. Because the wife is like, come on,
bitch.
Like,
too late.
Yeah. Like you had a chance to save me and you didn't.
An allegory for white women.
Because there is a scene where she because they attempt to feed her for the first time, and the mom can tell that the husband desires the woman. So initially you think like, oh, she's gonna do something because she grabs like a big wooden stick. So we assume she's going to attack her husband, but she doesn't. She goes, oh, the captured woman's chain is loose. So you could see in the woman's eyes like, bitch, when I get out of here, you are the first one.
Punished for her complicity, yeah.
I can't believe I didn't remember this film.
I can't believe you don't either.
So it's all about the themes are just very the symbolism is very obvious, but very satisfying because abuse against women, misogyny, it's all there, and the fact that the woman is just strong.
Even the title. This is a metaphor for man's misogyny against women and the heteropatriarchy. Because I
would love to attend a women's studies class and have them view this and see how everyone discusses it.
Even when she bites his finger off, it's his wedding ring finger.
That's right, because she eats his finger but spits out the wedding ring.
Yeah, so her introduction really to us, her first action is to destroy the symbol of bondage of women.
Yeah.
And then of course the only real sympathetic person is a lesbian.
Yeah, so the teacher.
Yeah, so the love of women. Although she is played by Carlee Baker.
Her acting is crunchy.
I mean, I do enjoy this film, but it's just resides under a great film, kind of at the level.
Well, the issue is the acting from the woman is very strong.
Pollyanna McIntosh. So
I thought her portrayal was very strong.
Yeah, she's quite good. She's in Fear the Walking Dead. In preparing for this, I didn't realize that Pollyanna McIntosh herself directed a sequel to this film in 2019 called Darlin.
Oh. I would watch that.
I would too. I haven't seen
Yeah, the mom, I thought her acting was strong. The dad is just like satisfyingly despicable.
Sean Bridgers.
Yeah, and the son is creepy, but then like, working with kids, like the younger girl, she was a little annoying. The teacher was not the best.
I think the sequences with the lesbian teacher significantly lower the quality of the film.
The stock plummets. Also, there are some plot points that don't, like, we don't follow up with like an initial, like there's a barbecue and a party that kind of, and like a lady who talks about like selling her house, and we really don't, that seemed kind of unnecessary. Like they're trying to establish that they have like a normal social life. Because then the mom goes to the grocery store and a woman says like, oh, when are we going to hang out? When can we go to your house? And of course the mom's deflecting. I feel like, there could have been a little more development.
Yeah, and then of course they say anophthalmia like 5 times, and it's just sprung on you in a way that's like, well, I don't know if I needed that surprise twist there, because you have the dual things of that happening and the woman taking vengeance.
Right.
And it almost would have behooved us to know a little more. But it's a film that works because you think, how is this family just going along with all of this? Well, they already have a captive human.
Yeah.
Captive woman.
There's already a captive woman in the house.
So it's just interesting how we allow behavior to be normalized. It's in a very violent way, commentary on all of that.
Is this an Arrow video?
Yes, it's Arrow Video.
So the Blu-ray has some extra features, one of which is the father of the director.
Lucky McKee's dad.
Took like his own footage.
Yeah, which is...
It's interesting because there's no real commentary. It's just kind of like him on the set filming it. I didn't really need that.
McKee wrote a novelization of this story with Jack Ketchum, who has written a lot of his material has to do with like gruesome torture, like The Girl Next Door, for instance. So this is very much in keeping with him, and I believe he also had a hand in the original source material for his Lucky McKee's film Red as well. Anything
else?
No, it was a lot of fun to revisit it. I'm glad it has a proper Blu-ray release. I think Arrow Video is a good home for it.
What would you give the film?
3.5 out of 5.
I would give it 3 out of 5. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, bye.
Bye.